In 2007, the CEO of Blackberry heard about the iPhone and said, "It's okay, we'll be fine." That is the business equivalent of hearing a tornado siren and deciding to finish your lawn mowing first. So let's talk about Blackberry, the company that put a tiny keyboard in the pocket of every banker, lawyer, and middle manager on earth, and then watched the entire empire vanish in about the time it takes a flip phone to feel embarrassing. Here's the setup. In the early 2000s, Blackberry wasn't just a phone, it was a status symbol. It was the thing your dad got way too excited about. Executives called it the Crackberry, because they were physically addicted to checking email at 3 in the morning, which somehow got branded as a feature. Blackberry built an entire empire on one core idea: secure, fast typing for business people who needed to email, per my last message, as quickly as humanly possible. Genius, simple, profitable. They owned that lane completely. And then, in January 2007, Steve Jobs walks on stage holding a slab of glass with no keyboard at all, and BlackBerry's reaction was basically a shrug. Their logic: people will never give up physical buttons. Touch screens are a gimmick. Typing on glass is impossible. Reader: it was extremely possible. This is the part where it gets worse. It wasn't just that BlackBerry ignored the iPhone, they actively mocked it. Executives reportedly laughed at early demo units. One co-CEO apparently called it nothing to worry about. That's not a business strategy, that's the opening line of a horror movie right before the monster shows up. Meanwhile, Apple wasn't just building a phone, they were quietly building the entire job that BlackBerry thought it owned forever: email, internet, apps. Except now it also played music, took photos, and didn't make you feel like you were operating a tiny typewriter. BlackBerry's biggest advantage, the keyboard, became the exact thing making it look ancient. By the time BlackBerry realized touchscreens weren't a fad, they did what every panicking company does: they rushed out their own version. The BlackBerry Storm. Reviewers called it unfinished, buggy, and laggy, which is a polite way of saying, do not buy this. It was supposed to be the iPhone killer. Instead, it became the iPhone's funniest origin story. And here's the truly devastating part. This wasn't a slow fade. In 2007, BlackBerry had over 50% of the US smartphone market. By 2016, that number had basically rounded down to zero. A company that defined an entire industry got lapped so badly it eventually stopped making its own hardware altogether. So what actually killed BlackBerry? It wasn't that they had no talent. It wasn't that they had no money. It's that they were so confident they'd already won the game, they didn't notice someone else had quietly started playing a completely different sport. BlackBerry didn't lose to a better keyboard. They lost because they assumed the future would politely wait for them to finish being right. And the cruelest twist of all, every phone on earth today still does BlackBerry's original job: email, messaging, staying connected. They just do it on the exact device BlackBerry swore nobody would ever want.